Hi, how are you? I'm just here to actually speak to you about something that has been really profoundly spoken to me. And this was in regards to uh, a service that was held on Sunday in our church, and they talked about the golden circle. And when I was thinking about it, I started thinking about it in a way that the same way that I teach, I started seeing finances as a golden circle, whereby money doesn't exist in isolation. It is as a fruit of our spiritual, our mental, our relational, and our physical life. Maybe some of you might be asking me, oh, and how is my money connected to my spiritual life? This is on how it shapes you, because your spiritual life shapes how you see money and how you hold money. Because if you believe that everything you have is not yours, but as a steward, you are being given that money as a steward by God, then something like holding of money, something like giving generously, like holding of money will not be a problem in your life. Or maybe giving generously, that will be easy for you because you already know if it has been given to you, you can give it out and it will come back to you. And even things like, for example, investing, it really speaks to how we hold things, because if you believe that if I send it out there, it will get lost, we have that tendency of holding. And also thinking about it, if your spiritual is not looking well, you might start taking money as an idol instead of a tool. Or maybe take it as a source of fear instead of something to steward your life, to give you more strength, more courage, more confidence. And I remember I have been in this season whereby I took my life, my spiritual life is a separate life, my financial life is a separate life, my work life is separate. But then I realized that everything exists in a unison. If I neglect this side, like for example, when I neglect my spiritual life, I tend to see that my financial life doesn't work as well as I would like it to be. And then we go to the next part of the circle, and this is the relational. This is marriage. This can be family. This can be the people you are communing with, the relationships that you're having. Our finances, and I think this is a very common saying that says your financial status is equal to the 5 people, or maybe it's an average of the 5 people that you actually talk to. So our relations, who we are relating with, who we are talking to, our networks, our family really affect how we see money. When we have healthy relationships, then our money will reflect that, because it will reflect good communication. It will reflect, maybe let me talking about husband and wife. If you're not arguing about money, then you'll find an increase in your finances. And how you grew up, or maybe the people you related with, they had a good relationship with money, then it means you have a background of how to take your money in the next level. But this is not to make you grounded in that you can blame whatever was happening when you're growing up, but it is to enlighten you in every decision that you make. For example, if you're not married, the person that you get married to, you should be so intentional, because they will actually affect the decision that you make in your life. And if you're married and you're not in the same page, you'll be looking into how can I make our relationship reflect what I want in our money life. And if you had a tough background, you can learn, how can I unlearn these things and learn new things that will enhance my relationship with money to be more strengthened. And then there's a physical part. And the physical part in relationship to money, the physical part, this is where we talk about health, energy, ability to work. In this case, if your health is not okay, it will affect the ability for you to produce any income, ability for you to work. It will actually affect your income. And in case you're not healthy, then you might need to go to the hospital. So the expenses will increase, but the income will reduce. So physical aspect of our lives is very important. And that's why, apart from creating money, you should not be in a burnt out state whereby you're so burnt out and then that money will just last for a small season, and then in the later life or later part of your life, you'll not be able to enjoy whatever you are creating. So having a healthy physical body, if you can do things that can actually give you more health and wellness in terms of your life, and this can be just doing simple exercises, this can be just going out for a walk, gym, anything that relates to you, and anything that you can be able to follow, whether it is small step or 15 minutes, whether it's 30 minutes. And this I'm speaking to me as well, because I just remember recently I'm building this thing, and then all of a sudden we have a family member who is feeling unwell. And what happened in that season, during a very short season, we used a lot of money. And of course, even at the moment as I speak through this video, we are still in the journey of recovery. And this is so recent, so it's such a recent reminder for me that our health is very important, and anything that affects our health, it will affect our money eventually, because the time reduces and the expenses goes high. So if you can, anything that you can do, eating healthy food, look after your body if you can. It's not something that we can say we can control, but to the extent that we can, take care of your physical self. The last one is our mentor. And our mentor is really in regards to it affects our confidence, it affects our emotion, whereby you can be so emotionally spending because you feel like your mental health is not in the right spaces. And this is the tough one, because in the current generation, due to a lot of information, we might find ourselves being mentally overwhelmed, not feeling anything in, like you just feel so tired and you don't know what's happening. And it is really important for us to check our mental status, because if your mental well-being is not okay, that means even when it comes to producing money or income, or even keeping the wealth, you can be producing money, but all of a sudden you go to maybe impulse spending due to you want to numb something that you don't actually understand that what you're numbing. So all these four areas, they're important, not only in money, but in anything that you do, because you cannot reproduce more income. You cannot generate more from an empty cup. You have to fill your cup in all the areas of your life so that you can be able to move forward and continue creating more and continue stewarding money in the right direction and continue creating transformation for the next generations. Because if you are empty in any of these four areas, then it's really hard for you to go and feel someone else, and that someone else may be maybe your partner, it might be your kids. So what I'd like you to do, just as a simple exercise, I want you to rate your current spiritual status. where are you feeling like? How is your spiritual status being from a 0 to 10? 0 being, I feel like I'm not really connecting well with my God. I feel like I'm not doing really well. And 10 being, I'm actually feeling very good, or I'm actually feeling strengthened to continue. And I understand that this is something that I've been given for a season, and I'll steward it to the right direction. It might be any value from 1 to 10. Write that number down. And then the next thing is relational. How are you doing in your relationships? Are your relationships healthy? Rate them from 0 to 10. Are you having a healthy marriage? Are you having a healthy children relationship? Are you creating time with your kids? Do you have a community? Do you have a network of people? How are your family relationship being? 0 to 10, rate them because they affect who you are. The next one is physical. How is your physical doing? How is your food? Do you eat healthy food? Do you even find yourself time to sleep? Do you have some exercise routine that you take for your body? Rate them from 0 to 10 as well, and see what you have in that. And the next one is our mental. Our mental is our mental well-being. How is your mental status being? What are you feeling? How are you feeling? And also rate that one from 0 to 10. And once you have all these area rated on a day-to-day basis, take one area that you can improve. For example, let me just use my case. If I want to improve on my physical health, I can say I will just be doing 15 minutes exercise every day, something so simple, very simple, because I don't want to have money that I don't have good health to spend. So I'll be doing 10 minutes exercise every day. Or maybe I have this big purpose that God gave me to bring financial education to other women and change their lives and transform and heal their marriages through enhancing good financial stewardship. But then I cannot be able to do it because my health is not doing well, or my mental health is not doing well. So what can I do? As I'm just staying in this moment, it keeps me grounded, it keeps me alive. So bye for now. And as you do this exercise, really connect to yourself, be so truthful, and take control of what's happening to you for you to bring more impact, more purpose in your life. So bye for now.